some reason I'm having to get this on my video phone. It's not downloading with the right codec or something, so here we go. 1745.50. It's running at half speed. So he passes by, sees a sign, stops. Then starts backing up. I'm going to pause it and show you something here.
Okay.
I'm recording. Now, if I zoom in on that, he's got blue paint on the bumper from hitting somebody. And look, he's got his tag covered up. Little Antifa thug. But there's his. And he's got a dog. Can't be 100% certain, but looks like Alaskan Malamute that rides in his back seat. So he's most likely local. Alright, I'll start it again. And it'll just back up on out of view. That's when he backs up and pulls up next to the minibus. Alright, here we go. I'm recording him.
Yeah, Mark's.
Hitting this brake. Trying to get some good shots off.
Mark is recording where he was shooting at the house.
Then he goes down, turns around and comes back. He's coming back from tearing the sign down. We'll speed this up just a little bit for a second. As he's walking back to his car, I waited till he got across the street safely. And then when he got to his car, right about here's where I rattled off 2 shots. He looked up at me, obviously standing there with a gun pointed straight up in the air. He gets in the car. You can see his dog right here. White-faced dog, wolf-looking, like a Malamute or something like that, riding in the back seat. You can tell he's a white guy. Look at his hands. He's got a black mask on. Antifa thug. He put the mask on before he went over and tore the sign down. Typical. Wearing a blue suit coat and a gray shirt, either gray or tan pants, white shoes with the obvious black stripes on them. Driving a green Jeep, nice looking Jeep, dark green. You can see the color. The hood is black with green outlines where the lines run back and come back down. The whole hood is black except for the ring around both sides and two strips coming down the middle where the humps come up in the middle. He gets in the car, thinks about it. You'll see him open a sunroof. Just a second. Let me speed it up because he's getting his gun ready. It takes him a minute. Whoops. Let me speed it up, not back. He must be still getting his gun ready. Yep, there goes the sunroof. I'm going to slow it back down again. Not quite that much. And when he pulls out, I'll have to pause it because I'm going to have to reframe it. He sticks his hand out of the window, out of the sunroof, when he's behind the red sign. That's when he fires off the first two shots. But you can't see it because it's behind the sign. Doesn't even have his hand out, but it's coming out behind the sign. And you can see it here. He is obviously aiming that weapon and pulling the trigger, which in my understanding, estimation, when you aim that at someone or the area that someone is in and you pull the trigger, you're attempting to shoot that person. I think they call that attempted murder or something like that. I'm not sure. Guy's not very smart. Let me advance it a little bit. Still aiming. I think he's already rattled off the first two shots, and then the next shot, you can see in the next camera, he drives out of this camera's range. Still aiming, turning the gun towards the right, which is where our house and I and my girlfriend is. Now he's out of that. He's coming into view. See that gunshot. Boom, right there. That should have been the third. Boom. He fires 3 more times as he's passing the house. There it comes. Boom. And you can tell he is absolutely aiming up the hill. Right where I'm standing. Actually, crouched over now, because that's the third shot. And I honestly thought he was just shooting up in the air. Otherwise, I'd have been acting a little bit different, I think. Absolutely ignorant. You can see where it's aiming now. And after the recoil, it's aiming up. But then he drops it back down again. Goes back to his aim. up to the porch. Where I'm standing. Then, I don't see it in the camera. Got it running kind of slow right now at 1/16, but he fires 3 more shots. 2 of the shots come right in here. 1 of them here. And 1 of them again here. You can tell that he's aiming up in my location. Then he fires another shot, and I believe that one hit my carport. He's hitting his brakes here, making sure he gets a good shot. Somewhere right about here is where he fires off another shot. And I believe I got a hold of my carport. Or something. It hit something. Close to me, anyway. Then he continues with his foot on the brake. And then the crazy son of a bitch comes back, knowing that I fired 2 shots in the air whenever he was walking back to his car, right when he got back to his car, to let him know somebody was watching him. Then he comes back about 7-8 minutes later. Actually, I just looked at my timestamps. He came back 4 minutes later, and that was the time it took him to pull over past my driveway, in the driveway going up to the lodge, to the hotel up behind me, and reload his gun, I guess, and turn around and come back. It was only 4 minutes. I thought it was longer than that. You know, you never know what kind of people you're dealing with, but obviously this person's got Trump derangement syndrome really, really bad. Stop on the side of a highway and rip a sign off somebody's, other sign. But, so I had all kind of stuff running through my mind. There's somebody's kid, mama at home, probably in mama's car. No telling. But that individual has no freaking idea. Now, he's done shot 2 times, I thought, in the air when he was passing the red sign. Once right about here, once right about here. And I couldn't see that well, and I thought he was just shooting in the air. And then, just past where he is now, another shot. But what these people fail to understand is, us Trump supporters, we like our guns, and I don't know if you can tell, but that man right there has got a .22 rifle with 10 rounds. Now I've got about 70, 80, 100 rounds now, whatever. I didn't count it, 30, 60, 90, yeah, I got 100. But don't come back. That's all I can tell you. Don't come back shooting a gun, because I let you come one time. Now I know you were actually shooting at me, right? And then you passed after all this, and you went up the hill and you shot a bunch more. And I'm going to go out and look tomorrow and see if you put any holes in anything. I don't know how well you shoot, but I can tell you right now, I shoot extremely well. And if you can't see that stance right there, me leaning over, I was going to tap out your passenger side window. As soon as the glass fell, I was going to take you out. But all I could think is, you obviously are a freaking psycho, tearing somebody's shit down, breaking all the laws. Let me just tell you what you did. In order. Driving the wrong way on a public highway whenever you back up to go back and tear down the sign. Destruction of private property when you tore the sign down. Discharging of a firearm on a public highway. Shooting from a moving vehicle. And pointing and shooting at an individual's girlfriend, home, and property. You have no freaking clue, dude, how stupid you are. And so I'm running all this through my mind, ready to take you out, thinking, are you really stupid? Or do you need to be taken out? Dude, you have no freaking idea. None whatsoever. And you're lucky you're still alive. That's all I can tell you. You pull that shit again, and you come around here shooting, and next time I won't be thinking so hard. And if you live anywhere around here with your Malamute dog, or you're working anywhere around here, I know enough people. I've been up here for 20-something years, right? I'm one of them old hillbillies that wears some overalls, right? And I know just about anybody and everybody around here. So we're going to put you out and put you out there on the street and just see. You better hope that car was stolen. That's all I can tell you. Because if you ain't got no better sense than that, you need to sit someplace where you're safe and other people are safe from you and you get time to think. Because you sure don't have a brain that works very good. And was my gut right? Here the stupid sucker comes 4 minutes later, driving back. Past the house where you shot at a fella. Holy crap. Now, you can see that car, stock rims, it's a Jeep, pretty sure that's a Jeep. It's a dark green, like a hunter green. This part of the hood, all up here, is black. It's got green, the green, regular green paint, and on both sides. And then there's two stripes, one coming down here, one coming where the little hump in the hood is. That is also green. All the rest of this has been, it's black. It looks like it was done at the factory. But there's the car. It's got a little antenna on the back of it, for like satellite or whatever. And it's got a few stickers on the back window. And he's got a Malamute that was riding in the back seat with his head stuck out the window. So I guess it took him 4 minutes to go down there and reload his little 6-shot automatic. Who knows what size it is, 38, 45, I'm not sure. I got a 45 6-shot that I carry with me all the time. So anyway, to come back after shooting at a guy, and a guy shooting a gun straight up in the air, a Trump supporter on top of that, this dude is absolutely freaking psycho. And there ain't no two questions about that. Absolutely Trump derangement syndrome psycho. So 4 minutes later, he passes by here. He goes down to the pizza, or the barbecue shack, pizza by the river, barbecue shack, turns around, comes back. Hang on a second. So was I right? There we go. 17:51:40, 4 minutes later. He's coming back. There he is. Still can't tell the color of that hood, but I have a good picture. There he is riding the yellow line, so he's paying attention to looking everywhere but where he's going. You'll see for just a minute I'm already back in the house getting ready to look at the video. And Donna tells me he's passing by again. And so I looked up in the camera and saw him. I said, where's he at? He just passed by. And so I followed him down there. I'll speed this up a little bit. Followed him down to see what he was doing. Was he going back up the highway or... Nope, he's turning around in the barbecue shack and the ice cream place down there, turning around and coming back. So out I came, back out on the porch. I told Donna, get inside or get behind a tree, I don't remember which. So here he is coming back. How damn stupid. So I was right. He is just pure D stupid. I had him figured right. Anybody that stopped and tear down a Trump sign's got some serious mental issues. Passing through the other camera. And so since he decided to go on by, well, I'm already disappeared. Let me back up a little bit. Hang on, I'll pause this while I do. So from the time it took me to see that he was turning around and not going on about his business to the time that he got back down here, 17:52:13, I'm back out there on it and got my rifle in my hand. Here he comes. Doesn't look like, I don't see his hand sticking out or anything like that. I'm gonna see what he's up to. I'm getting ready. Zeroed in on that window, and it's up to him whether he lives or dies. You can obviously tell that's a shooter stance. I see him hit his brakes. So I start moving. Rifle still in hand. It looks like he's going to go on about his business. So I walked to the other end of the house and watched him go. But I did see him hit his brake lights again. But never dreamed the crazy sucker would drive up here past my property. There's a drive that comes up and then comes back my way, and it's back up here like I showed you a while ago. Back up. I'll have to back out of this and get back in it, I think. Yeah, it goes back in, comes up along here, and runs right along in here, and that's a cabin up there. He turned around, I'm sure, in those people's parking lot, and they got cameras up there too. I haven't talked to him yet. And then started coming back down and emptied his gun again, about 5 or 6 shots, and then pulled down to the bottom, and I think reloaded again, and then turned around and took off. But after that 5 or 6 shots, thank goodness he didn't come this way. Crazy, 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 crazy. Thank goodness for Trump supporters. Thank goodness we think and evaluate situation. I would have hated to kill that kid. Here he is again on his second pass, driving through this camera 4 on the lower end of the property, downriver. That's him hitting his brakes. has not made it down to the end of the property, end of the porch yet. But you can see him hitting his brakes again right there. I didn't see that. I thought he was going on about his business. But about right now, he'd be turning right on the road that goes up and around. It's only from here straight up to the road. It's only about 30 yards. And it passes over the top of my property. When you look down, you can see the whole roof line on my property. I don't have sound on any of these cameras. I should, but I don't. I could just put up a couple signs and it would be legal. Video and audio recording on premises. But he drove up there and up to the right, up where my mouse is, further back, way back up to your right, about 45 degrees up to the right is where that other cabin is up above me. He must have turned around in their driveway, and whenever he started coming back down that hill, he was popping off shots. I think it was 5, could have been 6. When he was coming down, and I walked out there and looked real quick. I didn't see anything, but I haven't gotten up on a roof yet to see if he was shooting into the top of the building, or I didn't hear any second hits. I have that big shipping container there, you can see. I didn't hear anything hit that, but I've got all that wood right there in front of it, and I didn't hear anything hit the side of the house. But I'll go out tomorrow and take a look. Depending on what he was shooting. If he's shooting hollow points, I'll be able to see it. If he's shooting soft points, it'd probably just sink right on through it. But I'll take a good look around tomorrow. There's no glass or anything, no holes in a vehicle as far as I saw. But I'll take a good look at it tomorrow and see. And I want to find out what that secondary hit was. I think it was he hit the carport, which I was standing right behind. But it was obvious the dude couldn't shoot. Anyway, I might save the video, add that to it tomorrow. But that kind of person needs to be off the street. You know, when I was growing up, they'd go to a freaking mental institution. And nowadays, no telling. But he definitely needs some time to sit down and think about what he did before he does that to somebody else, and somebody's kid standing around puts a bullet in him shooting that crazy shit like he was doing. So anyway, we'll leave it here for now. And I'll probably go ahead and publish this because I want to find out who this clown is. Alright, I'm going to let this run. I'm going to try to, a little bit slow, try to pick up a few. I'm just going to let the camera run and try to pick up a few decent shots. Not quite happy with that, what I got yet. Let's see, here he comes. Wearing a blue suit coat, trying to mask his body size, but he's a medium heavy dude, medium heavy. It looks like he's got a pretty good sized chest, pretty thick legs, huge feet, big ears. You can see he's a white male with his hands. Notice his gait. He's got a real wide gait. Big feet and wide gait. He's wearing a mask also. He put the mask on before he got out of the vehicle. Doesn't seem too worried about the cars driving past. As he walked out in front of one there. Walking over in the broad frickin' daylight. You know he's done this shit before. You know he's Antifa. There's his white hands. Tell he's white male. I'm going to zoom in because there you can see he's a pretty good sized fella from the waist down here. And calves are, that's stretching, so his calves are pretty good size. He's a pretty good sized fella. Up on his tippy toes, them big ass feet. Jesus, what big feet. Kind of clumsy. There's the white hands again. Pretty clumsy. Looks like he almost falls back. Wrapping his hand around it, get him a better grip. Jerking, there's the other white hand. Now you can see right there his face. There he is, standing out in front of the cars passing. So he's done this before, obviously, and gotten away with it, probably under the last administration. Step in and get him a good grip on it. It looks like a woman to me there. You can see these, look at his big old ears. You can see the white in his ears. Let me back out here. Zoom in again. Just throws it down on the ground. He's got a pretty good sized chest and pretty good shoulders on him. Pretty good sized ears too, again, I'll say that. You get a good look at his hat here. See their black or dark blue hat in the back and a gray front with some kind of black looking logo on it. Notice that big wide gate again. Alright, I gotta back out and get back into it. Okay, here we go. I'll get a little wider view. Now there's a good picture of his dog right there, sticking his head out the window. Zoom in again. You can see he's got that black line running between his eyes and black around his eyes. Lighter colored ears. There's them white hands, big old feet. What's those ears again? Now right here you can see the size of his chest. Right there. Right there. Pretty good sized fella. Man, what ears. Alright. Alright, well, this is going to, if y'all know who this clown is, let me know. He's pretty dangerous. He shot 6 shots on his first trip by the house. Then he came by a second trip, and I was ready for him at that point. But he didn't fire, so I didn't fire on him. Then he drove past, went up above me, and shot down. I'm going to have to go out tonight. I went out last night when it was dark, turned the lights on in the attic, and didn't find any holes in the roof, so I got to look around tomorrow a little bit more. But anyway, it's a unique vehicle. It's probably 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee. I'm pretty sure 2021 is the year model. Probably mama's car, my guess. Pretty unique with that black hood with the green that goes around the outside and the black with the 2 green stripes on it. If you've seen the vehicle, you'll notice it. And that clown there wearing a suit jacket to cover up his body size, baggy pants and all that, but you can tell he's a pretty husky fella. And wearing an Antifa mask, he probably all a part of the summer of love, probably made a bunch of money doing that and got away with it last administration. But he shot freaking 6 times one time and 5 or 6 the second time when he got above my house. And I thought he was just shooting in the air. But when I was reviewing these videos, he was aiming up at me. So he comes by here doing that shit again, he's going down. So if you see the video, trust me, fella, I shoot a hell of a lot better than you do. Don't try it. I let you go because I thought you shoot in the air, but now I see you were trying to shoot me. So you come by here and doing that shit again,